Good morning, everybody. Derek and I are going to be riding the Parkway. We are going to West Jefferson, North Carolina today. My dad is buried up in the West Jefferson area, and every year the third weekend in October we go and we visit his grave. So that's what we're going to be doing today. But we're also going to take this day and enjoy some of the fall leaves and colors and, you know, just enjoy time together.
Don't really know what we're going to do after West Jefferson, but yeah. West Jefferson is located in Ashe County. Last year we did a video in Mount Jefferson State Park. Really nice place. Probably, I don't know if we're going to be going back up there today, probably not. But West Jefferson is a beautiful mountain town. Y'all know us. We really, as far as mountains go, prefer the Great Smokies and that part of the state. We don't really do a whole lot up in the northwestern mountains. Once in a while we'll come up to Boone, Blowing Rock. But West Jefferson is the exception. It's a beautiful town and a beautiful setting. We actually really like Ashe County. They got the Ashe County Cheese Factory there. They make cheese of a lot of different varieties. So anyway, we really don't know what today holds. We're going to be meeting with family to go visit your dad's grave, and it's in a beautiful setting itself. It's actually up on top of a hill, up in a cove actually. Yeah. Very, very pretty. So we're just going to ride around today after that and look at leaves wherever the day takes us.
Absolutely.
So go with us. Alright, so we're on Highway 221 now, headed towards West Jefferson. Color progression is way behind here what I thought it would be by this weekend. We're at an elevation right now of just about 3,000 feet, maybe a little less. Still seeing a lot of green. This is October 21st. This is usually the peak weekend for the West Jefferson area. So we're not in West Jefferson yet. We'll see. The little area where we're going is up Buffalo Road, and it's back up in a holler. That's what they call it down here. And it's usually really nice color back up in there. So
yeah, it's usually really pretty.
That's what we're hoping for, but I'm a little kind of surprised. There's still pockets of good color, like right here we're coming up on some. But this is just a beautiful drive over to a nice little town. There's the towns of Jefferson and West Jefferson. They're actually neighboring towns. I don't know where else there really is in Ashe County. I think there's a couple of places maybe. Well, Crumpler, that's up where Shatley Springs used to be. That's another restaurant we used to always eat at when we would come up here, and they have been shut down for 2 years now.
I know, sad.
The owner passed away, somebody else bought it. They keep saying they're going to open. They were supposed to open last year, they didn't. Then they said it'd be the spring of this year. It wasn't. They're still not open. Here it is October. They're not updating anybody on Facebook or anything, so we're kind of losing hope that they're even going to open back up. But that was a great place to.
It was always packed.
They had some of the best country ham biscuits you'd ever want to eat. Good fried chicken, just good food, good down home country cooking. Yeah. And it was kind of a whole little complex there. They had a couple little shops too, like fudge shop. Remember those fried pies the lady was selling? We got several of those.
Jams and jellies, and they even had like a little pond there, and that little cabins you could rent out if you wanted to.
Yeah. So don't know what's going to happen with Shatley Springs as far as the restaurant goes. I heard they might still be renting some of them cabins.
Yeah, I think they may do that.
But you can't find any updates on their Facebook, so we're just kind of losing hope. So anyway. Heading on over to West Jefferson now on 221, and pretty drive. So folks, we've got this church bus beside of us, East Side Baptist Church, Newton, North Carolina. We have passed them, what, 3 or 4 times now?
Yeah.
When we were leaving our house and pulling out on the main highway, they went right by us. Here we are some 30 miles later. We've made how many turns since then?
Well, yeah, we stopped and got gas.
Stopped and got gas, come across the Blue Ridge Parkway.
I passed them again.
Yeah, and passed them again then. And then we get off the Blue Ridge Parkway, get on Highway 421 a while, turn on 221 towards West Jefferson. There they are again. So we're apparently going to the same place today.
We'll find out where they're going, I guess.
Might just follow them at this point, but yeah, that's pretty cool to see the same vehicle 3 different times in different locations. All right, now once we round this curve to the left, Mount Jefferson should come into view. We did a video from the top of that last year, Mount Jefferson State Park. I would highly encourage anybody, if you're up here, to go up and see that. You got some amazing, you got 3 main overlooks up there, and you can see into Virginia, Tennessee. But that is Mount Jefferson straight ahead of you. Beautiful views from up there, honestly.
There was like a really short hike to the very, very top, but actually the best view was at the second overlook.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
and it's
remember
like
what it was called, but yeah.
You just pull off and it's like you kind of walk out onto some rocks, and that's like, in my opinion, the best views.
Yeah, so you can check out that video if you're interested in Mount Jefferson State Park. You can actually hike to the top of it as well.
Yeah, they're hard to
or you
hike
can
to.
drive. The third overlook ends in a picnic area, and that's where and then you can walk out to the actual summit. But the views from the summit are no better than what you get, like she said, from that second overlook.
Yeah.
So we're coming into Jefferson now. Man, the colors look very muted on that mountain. It's not vibrant at all. But
Actually, looks like some bare spots on it.
yeah, but neat place to go to the top of. So we did that a year ago. Yeah, I've been trying to look at they have actually a downtown webcam here. I've been trying to look at it all week to see the color change. I noticed that, man, there's not much at all. We would have been actually, if we wanted to see color, we'd have been better off coming back next weekend. But we got big plans next weekend.
Yeah, we do. But look, there's a lot of bear up there too.
Oh, you mean bear? I thought you saw a bear. Bear spots, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of green right there. A lot of it, man. Don't know what's going on with that. So we're at about an elevation of 2,900 feet, I think, what West Jefferson is. So would have thought there'd be more color. Wind's picking back up. It seemed like it had died down a little bit.
Don't seem to be as crowded as normal.
It does not. It is usually very crowded.
Yeah. Unless it'll be later. There's a whole lot of donuts.
Whole lot of donuts. That's owned by my first cousin. He was one of the owners. And so I'm trying to look for restaurants here. We don't really know where we're going to eat yet, because of Shatley Springs not being open. We're going to have to find a new tradition, I guess.
Yeah, I think we are.
So that webcam's up there on top of that building to the left somewhere. I don't see it.
I see it's right over there, Mountain
Oh,
Realty.
okay, yeah, the next to
Up ahead.
Mountain Realty. Yeah, that's it. But yeah, just color's a little bit. Here at 2,900 feet, it's not here yet. Down this street to the right is the Ashe County Cheese Factory. We'll be going there later.
It's more crowded in this little part.
Yeah, are you seeing any good restaurants that might be a place to try? There's Bigfoot walking right through town carrying a football. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
Couple little antique shops, couple little specialty shops. I didn't really see anything that jumped out as far as a restaurant. So that's pretty much the town there. So we're going to be driving on out a couple of miles and turning left onto Buffalo Road and going up into the Buffalo community. And I will record some of that because that's usually some good color up there, but we'll see. This is probably, I'm not trying to be negative, this is usually one of the best places to see fall color. This is probably one of the worst that we've seen in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, it is kind of disappointing.
I'm
Color-wise.
very surprised because we were over near Cherokee yesterday, which is even lower elevation, and had a lot better color than what we're seeing now. Bryson City area, this is just very surprisingly behind. But hopefully once we get on up into Buffalo, it'll be nicer. Along that creek there, it usually turns a little quicker. Alright, so here's where we take our left onto Buffalo Road. And this is a beautiful little drive up through here. It's already turning colorful, look at that. A lot more color right here than anywhere back in Jefferson. Very very nice up through here, actually.
Yeah, there's some good color here.
Just making that one little turn made all the difference. But this is where your dad always told y'all he'd bring y'all up here, so that's where he wanted to be.
Yeah, he did. We used to, growing up, ride the parkway a lot. Yeah, he always said in West Jefferson, and he always pointed up at the hill.
And we had a hard time finding it again when that time came.
Yeah, because it had been, I mean, I was little, yet much younger.
Yeah, but it's just beautiful back up in here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really nice back in here.
Yeah, it is.
One of my favorite times of year. It's amazing the difference just between here and town.
I know. Look at all the leaves on the ground.
You remember when we drove up in here after the big snow in 2018? There was like 2 feet of snow.
Yes, I do remember.
I had to stop the camera and remind her when it was, y'all. She didn't remember at first. She gave me one of those looks like I was crazy.
But yeah, I do remember.
2018, we had 15 inches at home and came up here and there was about 2 feet. And I came up with our son and daughter-in-law.
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember we were trying to find somewhere to eat and it seemed like a lot of places were closed. I don't remember where did we end up eating at?
KFC in Boone.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
So we're almost there. We actually parked at a man's house. I will, out of respect for that, turn the camera off before we pull in his driveway. But he allows us to walk up the hill. The cemetery is actually on his land. But most of your dad's family's buried up there in it. So we will be there in probably less than a mile, I'm going to say. Yeah, it's beautiful back up in here, y'all. That's why I'm just wanting to let y'all see some of this drive. Okay, so we have arrived. For audience, who everybody is here. That
would probably be our uncle, I'm assuming.
So that was your dad's brother? He's born a little bit too early for that, wasn't he?
No, not my dad's uncle. My great uncle.
Yeah, great uncle.
Great uncle. And that would have been my grandfather. He was passed before I was ever born.
That was your dad's dad?
Yeah.
And he served in World War II?
Yeah. And then dad's.
And your dad? Beautiful hilltop right up here. Beautiful scenery. It's grown up quite a bit in the last few years though. This used to be pretty open right here.
As far as restaurants, it's really good. Yeah, we got to be on tour.
Okay, so we're getting ready to go in another yearly tradition of ours, the Ashe County Cheese Factory. And it's a very windy 48-degree day here in West Jefferson, October 21st. So with the wind, it feels pretty brisk today. Your hairs are blowing.
Yeah, I know. You want to walk? It's a little windy today.
So right across the street is where we're going to be going here in a minute. That's the Ashe County Cheese Outlet. You can get a lot of different things in there, not just cheese either. Fudge, jams, jellies, salsas, candy. So let's see if they got any cheese making going on today. It's locked. It's not even unlocked today. So that's 2 years in a row we've tried and failed. I'm going to get a quick video of this where there's nobody sitting in front of it, and that is indeed a rare occasion. So here's a neat little thing we've never noticed before, and that's actually a list of things that are in West Jefferson. We're kind of looking for a place to eat, so something that's not like a bar or a pub. What's the Ramblin' Poppy? So here's just a quick list of things to do in town. This might save us a walk through of the town right here. Alright, so let's go over to the cheese factory. Open.
So I always get some of these little candies here.
Huh?
I always get some of these candies here.
What's that, maple cream?
Yes. Do you see any that you want?
What are those? Just like little syrups inside of them or something?
Yeah, the soft little.
I don't think I've ever tried one. Let's see.
I've got you some before.
I don't remember. Maybe you did. Chocolate caramel. Something dark chocolate would be good. That dark chocolate marshmallow. All right, we got a wise guy here. Say that again.
Do you want a bag of these?
And asks me if I want one or two bags.
2 bags.
See, that's how she jabs at me and starts trouble. Y'all don't see a lot of what goes on off camera, but just stuff like that. What's that colored one down there? It's got like a little swirl sucker on it.
Whirly Pop Soda. Rainbow Fruit Punch.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
They're both cheddar cheeses.
So getting over into the cheeses and the butters and cheese spreads now. A lot of good stuff in here. Five-year-old, 7-year-old cheese right here. Oh, you're right. Several in there. Provolone, mozzarella. I can't even pronounce that one. That looks like a slice of pizza or cheesecake, actually. Swiss and rye pizza cheese. Sriracha, Desert Fire. I don't even know what some of these are.
Have we ever tried the bruschetta cheese?
I don't know. Point it out to me.
Down there.
Okay, I'll be over in a second. American sliced and sliced. Bacon, cheese, pepperoni marble. That sounds, I believe that's one to try right there. Does that sound good to you? Farmer's cheese. Garlic and herb. Are those cheese spreads, I guess?
Yeah.
So down there's the bruschetta jack she's talking about. That's not made here, that's made in Wisconsin. So I got pumpkin butter, blueberry jam, apple pie jam, apple cinnamon jelly. Smoked ghost pepper, but that's hot. Buffalo Jack's pretty good. I've had that. Good full flavored cheese.
Oh my gosh!
I've had that tomato basil. That's pretty good.
What are the freaking chances?
We got batters right here for fried green tomatoes. Ain't much better than a fried green tomato. What are those?
Dip mix is like,
Oh, okay.
so I was wanting to see what they had.
They've even got little fudge squares. Those are $3.50 a piece. Or buy 4 get 1 free. So no samples. They're kind of small. It's about $3.50 is probably about the price. Yeah, right, about right. So you got pumpkin pie, Snickers. And they've even got ice cream, although I don't think many people want ice cream today. So we've developed a plan, and we're going to do something we've not ever done before. We're going to record some more fall leaves now. We're on Highway 194 now, out of West Jefferson, riding up north of town. So we'll be stopping off here in a few minutes, but we're on a very remote road right now, a little curvy 2-lane road in the mountains. Just enjoying some scenery. Never been up this way before, or this part of the county. Now right here you see some little miniature Christmas trees on that hill. Sorry, the camera's facing to the right a little bit. Ashe County, North Carolina is known for Christmas trees. In fact, if you use a real tree and you live outside the mountains, and you go somewhere near your house to purchase a live Christmas tree, it probably came from here. It's probably grown here.
They are everywhere up here, all the hillsides and stuff. Oh, look at all the way up through there.
You can't see it the way the camera's angled.
Wow.
But they're by the thousands on that hill. Those are small ones there, like seedlings, but
Yeah.
we passed several hillsides full of them today. So way out there in the distance, there's a hillside full of Christmas trees coming up. We've passed probably 7 or 8 of those now,
Yeah.
or more.
And pumpkins. That's another thing up here on these hillsides. People grow pumpkins up here.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people. The guy whose property we were on visiting her dad's grave said that Food Line bought 3 tractor trailer loads of pumpkins from him.
Just off his hillside. And he still had some still laying out there that he said the deer had gotten a hold of.
Yeah. Yeah, he used to have horses up in there, and I asked him, I said, you got rid of your horses? He said, I had to if I wanted to grow pumpkins. So, but yeah, we're on Hilton Creek Road now. We're in a part of the state of North Carolina, and not in North Carolina much longer, but we've never been to this part of the state before, at least this section. It's very pretty and hilly back up in here.
It is, yeah. Some steep hills.
Yeah. Very windy day. I'm concerned about the future of the leaves that have already turned, because we're getting some wind gusts to probably 30 plus miles an hour today.
Oh yeah, you can feel the car moving.
Yeah. Well, anyway, what just happened, we think we're still on the right road to where we're wanting to go. What just happened is we entered Virginia. There was no sign. We were going to stop and get a picture of it, so we're going to have to dig through the archives of pictures to find a sign, a state sign. But we just entered the state of Virginia, and we are headed up a mountain here in just a few minutes. And we're just going to let the camera roll a few minutes through here. We're on a little back road right along a creek. Some pretty color.
It's real pretty.
This is the way the sign told us to go. This is the way the GPS told us to go. I'm not a big GPS person, to be honest with you, unless I'm going somewhere like I've never been before, like right now. But I still own the Rand McNally Road Atlas. As long as they make them, I always will own one. But getting ready to turn on Highway 58. So we are going to head toward Rock, Virginia. I know everybody's heard of that. And Bolney. I actually have heard of Bolney. I've never heard of Rock.
Continue on US 58 West for 4 miles.
And that's what we're going to do. Continue on 58 for 4 miles. But beautiful leaf color through here. Take a right here on 600. Alright, so we've just taken a ride on Highway 600. And we are now going to be on the highest elevation motor road in the state of Virginia. And we are headed up to Whitetop Mountain, which is the second highest peak in Virginia. 5,525 feet, I believe, is what I read. Mount Rogers is the highest at 5,729 feet, but it requires a pretty long hike. We don't have time to do a hike today, although I would like to do it sometime. I have a goal to get as many state high points in as I can, so we're not going to get Virginia high point in today, but we're going to get the second highest point in today. So we're going to ride up Whitetop Mountain and go to the summit and hopefully bring you some views. You'll be seeing it the first time with us. So, but we just kind of decided on the spur of the moment today to do this. Alright, so we're heading up to Whitetop Mountain now. We kind of got out of the color a little bit. Now we're back down to about 4,300 feet and we're back into some. So a lot of yellow right there. Look how bright that is. Oh wow. That's very nice there. Those reds and orange color right there.
Pretty.
We're now at a place called Skulls Gap Overlook, and we were trying to get to Whitetop Mountain. We lost our signal. This is what I get for not mapping it out before we come, and I think we've gone past where we're supposed to, but we are going to stop here at this overlook and at least take in the view. Don't know if we're going to make it to Whitetop or not. There's a billboard over there that said it's a 40-minute drive. Well, it was a 40-minute drive from West Jefferson we started from, and we've been on the road about 40 minutes, so I'm not sure if we're up to another 40-minute drive, but this is some of the hillsides and rolling hills and distant mountains of Smith County, Virginia. After much heartache and tears and misery, we found out we had to turn on this little dirt road. It's Highway 89 off of Highway 600. The sign could not be more inconspicuous.
It was a little sign way back before you even turn it. Who would ever think you turn on a little?
I don't know why they don't just bury it in the ground. You can see it about as well there as you would. So anyway, and it's only from one direction. There's not even one. We went past where we should turn. There's not even one coming back. So anyway, we did manage to keep GPS signal this time. So this is the dirt road we think.
Hope.
Yeah, Hope to Whitetop Mountain. Okay, so if y'all remember our Table Rock mountain hike from, what was that, June?
Yeah.
Back earlier in the summer, how bad that road was. This one is second to it.
There's some really bad rocks.
Yeah, right here is the good stretch, but we're having to almost come to a stop sometimes to keep from scraping our bottom on the road.
Yeah, because the car sits too low.
Yeah, so this is not a good road at all, but it's a gravel road up to the summit, which we've not reached just yet.
Hopefully we're getting close.
I sure hope the views up here are good. Yeah, here's a nice little stretch right here. Trying to navigate around these rocks in the road. You just had an alignment down on this car, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Here's a gate. Are we here?
I guess. Don't look like. Can you drive? I don't think you can drive up it. Well, you can continue driving.
So again, total lack of signs. So I don't know.
Just keep driving
I'm
to the
keep
top.
driving because we're obviously not at the top yet. Okay, so we are now in Whitetop Mountain, Virginia, and I usually, when I'm at a place like this, I like to do peak identification of distant mountains. I'm on a mountain I've never been to before, so I had to sit in the car for several minutes to figure some things out. So I think I have figured out some things. Out in the very far distance, you're looking at Roan Mountain, Tennessee, because I can make out Roan High Bluff to the right, Roan High Knob to the left, then the little dip down to the left is Carver's Gap. We've driven up there many times, and then I see the three balds. I see Round Bald, Jane Bald, and then Grassy Ridge Bald. So I'm sure about that one. And then it's very hard for me to see in the viewfinder. Then we're panning over to the left. Out there in the distance is Sugar Mountain, and I can see the Sugar Mountain Resort, that little square thing on top of that ridge out there. And then panning back over to the left is Grandfather Mountain. And beyond that, I can't identify anything else. But those three I'm sure of. But I'm going to back out just a little bit here and let you see the view. Pretty good view from up here. You can hear that wind, no doubt. I hope you can hear me. Quite a view from up here. It is a pain to get up here, I'll be honest with you. The road is terrible, but the view is nice. It's only in this direction. You don't really have a 360 panorama. We drove to the top, and up there is just a fenced off area with some electrical stuff, so kind of forbidden area up there. So we came back down here. This is the overlook at Whitetop Mountain, Virginia. Very pretty drive up here through some of the color. We're way above the color now. Not much color going on up here. But looking back down to the valleys, there's abundant color. Having a very hard time seeing the LCD screen. wind up here is really strong and it's cold. I don't know what the outside temperature. Can you pull that up on your little display, the outside temperature? I'm gonna guess 40s, maybe even 30s. Let's just see here. Oh, that's gonna take forever. But
40 degrees.
it is 40 degrees outside with about 30-mile-an-hour winds, so you can do the math there and figure that out. It's cold, but good views. Glad I got to see it one time. It's, like I say, it's a little tough to get to because there's signs pointing to Whitetop for like 3 or 4 turns. Then once you actually get here,
readable
yeah,
signs.
and then once you actually get here, it's a little small sign stuck off the highway, almost stuff grown up around it. So anyway, we backtracked, went several miles up, probably 10 miles past where we should have turned. That was at that Skulls Gap overlook.
Yeah.
So we went probably 10 miles and had to turn back. But anyway, we found it. So good view. Here, hold on a minute. There, that's better. I figured y'all would rather see the camera on us while we're giving our closeout. But all right, Whitetop, Virginia. You can see Grandfather Mountain very clearly. Like I say, I'm pretty good at identifying peaks. I do that pretty much every video, but it's usually mountains I'm more familiar with. I've never been on this one, so I had to figure some things out. But I did. And what do you think of the view and the drive up here?
The drive up here, I mean, we went through some pretty spots of leaves, but as far as the signage, I was kind of disappointed in.
The signage, yeah, but
Yeah.
as far as the view itself.
The view itself, I mean, it's pretty up here. It is expansive, so you can see for a good ways, and thankfully we're not in the clouds. We were kind of worried about that at first.
Yeah.
So we can see and see a good distance. So I'm glad to say that we've done it.
Yeah. The drive up, it probably the prettiest color we've seen today was from here where we went about 10 miles out of our way past where we should have turned. If we had a turned the right place to start with, we wouldn't have seen probably the prettiest color of the day.
Right, yeah.
So once you get off of this high plateau area and you start going down into Smith County, it was absolutely gorgeous. It was just like on fire. The leaves, there were a lot of yellow, some orange.
Pretty.
So I have to say the drive up here was, especially for getting lost, the drive up back was really, really nice. So I enjoyed it. It's something different that we've never done. So anyway, that concludes our day in Ashe County, North Carolina. And I don't know, I can't remember what county this is. We went into Smith County, Grayson. This is Grayson County. Grayson County, Virginia. So we actually went to Grayson Highlands State Park a few years back. I don't know how far we are from that. Can't be far, it's in the same county. So anyway, not sure which way we're even going home. So,
Yeah. We don't even know where we're going to have lunch yet.
we don't know where we're going to have lunch yet.
It's almost 2:30.
Well, we've been munching on some of the cheese we bought, so
True.
we're not starving. But anyway, so not sure what else is in store for today. There'll be more of this video if anything else is in store. So anyway, thank y'all for watching, and I'm not going to close it out just yet because we might do something else. So anyway, all right, we're going to record a little bit coming off of Whitetop. It's going to be a little bit bumpy, actually quite a bit bumpy, but you can see some Christmas tree fields down there in the valleys. Really good view from up here.
And it's very expansive.
Yeah. You can see 3 states. We spotted Tennessee, Virginia, obviously, and North Carolina. So this area is not abounding with restaurants, so we're still not sure where we're going to eat lunch yet. We're going to find something somewhere.
Even if it's like a little local diner or something like that.
Actually, that would be nice.
It would.
Back up here in these mountains, find something local like that.
Might be able to see the Christmas tree farms better once we make some turns.
Yeah, sorry about this bumpiness, folks. This is a pretty windy road. So now we're looking back over into Tennessee, straight ahead. So one thing that was kind of funny, back when I was at, when we pulled off at that Skulls Gap overlook to ask somebody, we ran into another couple who were also trying to find Whitetop. and they were coming from somewhere in Virginia. They were actually coming up the right way. So we just asked if we could follow them. He says, well, I'm not sure where we're going either. So
Well,
anyway,
his GPS was still working.
yeah, his GPS was still working.
And it was showing for us to go back the way we came.
So evidently his GPS quit working too, because he made a couple of wrong turns. This is not an easy place to find.
No.
So we actually, as we were coming back across what's called Mud Creek Lane, our GPS was working this time, and it told us to turn right on this dirt road right here.
Yes, it said turn right, and then it was like, I turned around, I said, there's a dirt road there. I said, it sounds to turn on
Yeah.
that dirt road.
So anyway, they kept going. So we realized their GPS didn't tell them to turn right, so we start flashing our lights trying to get their attention, because, we're following them. But then we see where the road's at. So anyway, I was unable to get their attention. They kept on going and got out of sight, so we just kind of said, well, they're on their own. They'll find it like we did. So we've been up here, about 20 minutes, and sure enough, here they come. They showed up, so we told them, I said, we're sorry, we tried to flash our lights to show y'all where the road was. And it's funny, because you heard us complain about the signage. Well, when he gets here, he says, yeah, that's the littlest sign I've ever seen. You can't hardly see it. So, guys, y'all need to do something here about your signage, because that's 2 people in one day, and I'm sure we're not the only 2.
And there wasn't a sign the way we were coming.
Yeah.
To turn right.
Yeah, it's only on one side.
Yes, he even made that same observation.
Because we went past the road and then turned around when she realized that was the road, and then there was a sign as we were coming back up to it. But it was that little small sign I said, but you can hardly see. And he said the same thing when he got in. He says you can barely see the sign. It's a small, tiny thing. Beautiful area, but not easy to find because the signage is just not good. But anyway, it's worth the drive up here. Okay, folks, I want to point out something to you. I have full zoom on right now. That's why if I just touch this tripod, and yes, it is on the tripod, it's very jumpy, but I'll try not to do that now. We are sitting on the Blue Ridge Parkway outside of Blowing Rock, North Carolina, and out in the distance, we have spotted, because there's no haze, the Charlotte skyline, which is over 70 miles straight line distance from here. So I've always been fascinated by, on a clear day, how you can actually see into Charlotte from here. I'm not even seeing it on the viewfinder, but I believe I'm picking it up. I hope so. If you can see those buildings out there, you can see the Bank of America building and what used to be the Duke Energy building, and several of the Charlotte skyline over 70 miles as the crow flies from here. All right, so we're heading back home now. We're still on the Blue Ridge Parkway, but we do want to close out this video of our day in Ashe County, West Jefferson, North Carolina, and then riding up through Southwest Virginia, up to Whitetop Mountain, and see our separate review on the place we ate at in Lansing, North Carolina, little small community in Ashe County. So give us a rundown of the day and how your day went.
Well, it was a really good day. It was a nice day.
A tiring day.
Yeah, I feel really tired. I think just where we've been on the go so much, just kind of catching up. But a really good day. Pretty cool. I mean,
yeah, very windy.
It's very windy and very cold when you're up on the mountains. Like right now, it's showing 54 out,
which is the high.
Yeah, it's 5:30 in the evening. But just a good day. I mean, I'm good. Going to the Ashe County cheese place, visiting with family, and just riding around. I had a good day.
All right. So yeah, went up to Ashe County. We do this every year, as y'all know. This is, I guess, our 3rd straight year making a video of it. But we go up to her dad's grave always the first Saturday after the 16th, which is the anniversary when he passed. And I'll never forget when we found out that he had passed. We had been on a cruise to the Bahamas, and we had not checked messages or anything at home. That was 2010. So back then you still had answer machines. You called and checked. Or actually, maybe we had a voice
messaging.
Yeah, I don't remember when we made that transition, but I remember we had docked. Our ship had docked back in Jacksonville.
So we had signal.
So I finally had signal. So I was just calling home to check our messages, and I heard your uncle, your dad's brother's voice, and it sounded just like her dad. But then when he gave his name, it wasn't her dad's name. So I thought, okay, this is not good news. And of course, he had he had left a message saying that, you know, your dad had passed away, and we're just docking in Jacksonville, Florida.
Yeah.
So I remember I wasn't going to tell you till you got off the ship, and but you could tell. It was kind of by my countenance, you know, that I was trying to not tell you something. So I did. I told you, and you had your moment, of course, and then we realized we had to get home. So I started out driving. Obviously, I drove, I think, 99% of that trip, but you did drive one little stretch and managed to get a speeding ticket.
They sent it to me in the mail with my picture.
Yeah, in South Carolina. Watch around exit 28, around the Coosawhatchee area of South Carolina on 95. They got cameras. Well, they probably got them everywhere now, but
back then it was like,
yeah, we received a little ticket in the mail with your picture on it. And honestly, I wrote to them. We sent a copy of the obituary. I wrote to them and said, look, we were trying to get to Thomasville, North Carolina, where he lived. Could you cut us a little bit of a break? And they did. They reduced it in half, and that was the end of it. So that was nice of them. But anyway, I drove the rest of the way. But since then, we've come up every year, haven't we?
Yeah, we have.
And it's a good way. It's about 50 miles from our house, so we only get up here about once a year to visit. So,
but we make a day of it.
We do. We make a day of it. See the fall colors. Go to the cheese factory. Ride and see leaves. So anyway, it was a good day. I'm wore out.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank y'all for watching. If you like this video, like and subscribe.
And find and follow us on Facebook.
And have a blessed day.